Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are doing our Crown Jewel 2023 predictions video. Let's just get straight into things. What is your excitement going into this pay-per-view?
I think about like 2 weeks ago or so, if you would have asked me, I wasn't excited at all. But I think they did a pretty good job these last 2 weeks, building a lot of this up and getting you excited for it. I'm pretty excited. They got a lot of good matches. I think we kind of know a lot of outcomes.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll swerve us.
Yeah, I think for me, this is probably the least excited I've been for a PLE this year, for a WWE PLE at least. I think the build hasn't been great to it. This past week has been probably the best week we've seen of build, but even for that, it's been, a lot of these matches have kind of just randomly appeared for whatever reason, but I think the matches still have a lot of great people, so you can get a lot of great matches out of this. And starting with our first match, and for first time in a long time, I think since Crown Jewel or Clash of the Castle last year, we have a pre-show match, and it's between Sami Zayn and JD McDonough. And who do you have for this one?
I'm gonna go Sami Zayn.
I think this is a pretty easy pick. I think Sami Zayn gets the win here. I think this is obviously going to build more to Judgment Day, kind of slowly rethinking their decision of trying to get JD into Judgment Day. I still think eventually he will be part of the group. I think this match could be great, but I'm not expecting too much because it is being a pre-show match. So, yeah. But moving on to our first main card match, we are going to be starting off with Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul for the United States Champion. And who do you have for this one?
I am going to go Logan Paul. I think he's going to win his first belt. I think that will sort of lead into him versus LA Knight. And that's something that I am excited for. I think that's my pick.
I'm going to Logan Paul as well. I think it does suck that it's Ray who's taking the loss here, by the same time, it's Logan Paul. I think this is what we all been waiting for since he re-signed with the WWE. I think that was the main thing, was just, okay, what belt is he holding first? Because I think we all kind of ruled out a world title being in his arms. I don't ever really see that happening, maybe unless he is there for a permanent time or a set out stint of time. I think Logan gets the win here. This is probably a great match. Logan has had nothing but great matches, and I think this will be no different. Also another thing I think why Logan could win is just because he hasn't had a main roster. He had the one against Ricochet most recently, but besides that, I don't remember his last win. I don't remember.
That'd be probably him beating the Mysterios with the Miz.
Or it would be the Miz win. He got.
Yeah.
So probably then. So yeah, it's been another year since that. So yeah, I think Logan gets the win here, and he will be your new United States champion. But moving on after that, we have Cody Rhodes taking on Damian Priest. And who do you have for this one?
I am going to go Cody Rhodes for this one. I think he'll beat Damian Priest. Then I think potentially he'll cash in tonight. If not tonight, then I think it'll be Survivor Series for sure.
I'm gonna go Cody as well. I think we've kind of seen Cody go against Dominic, I believe, I don't forget what pay-per-view, but he went against Dominic. He beat him there. He's going against Damian Priest now. I wouldn't be surprised if sometime between now and WrestleMania he goes against Finn Balor in a pay-per-view match, because we haven't seen them two go against each other, which I feel like that's the main one I think a lot of people would want to see. Which I think Cody gets the win. However, I don't think it's the only time we're going to be seeing Damian Priest tonight. And I think there is a lot you can do tonight, and I think we'll see the Judgment Day again, a heavy amount on this PLE. But moving on from that storyline to the next one, we have John Cena taking on Solo Sikoa. Now, the build to this match is pretty much John Cena hasn't had a singles win in since 2018, I believe, so like 2,000 days, I think that is. But yeah, Who do you have for this one?
He says he wants his win, and I don't think he's gonna get it. I think Solo's coming out on top.
Okay. Um, I don't know. I think I wanted Solo to get this win because one, this is his first singles PLE match, so we haven't seen him in singles action yet, and I think it would be a great way to start him off with a win. But I think this build to John Cena is going to go two ways. Either I think what I think is gonna happen is him just winning this match and that's it, or he loses this match. We don't see him. We think he's left. He's gone for a little while. He returns at Royal Rumble, and my theory for that could be is by then we see Randy Orton hopefully back by then, or maybe even CM Punk, and he eliminates one of them, and that's your Mania match. John Cena, whoever he eliminates at the Royal Rumble. I think that's gonna be a great pop for Cena being there as well. But yeah, I think Cena does get the win though, and he will defeat Solo. But moving on from that, we have the women's 5-way match where we have Rhea Ripley defending against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Raquel Rodriguez. And who do you have for this one?
I am gonna go with Rhea Ripley retaining. I think there'll be some sort of trickery going on by her in the Judgment Day. Potentially, this is how Dominic kind of finds his way into the pay-per-view.
No.
But yeah, I kind of think that's the direction I'll go. Maybe even Finn, like I said, just to kind of get him involved as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Rhea Ripley as well. I think her entire reign, since winning it really the entire time, is just she feels too big for the women's division. And I think we'll see maybe like a scare at some point when somebody gets like a 2.9 count, but Rhea kicks out or gets broken up.
Probably Nia Jax, if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's when I'm scared because I think Nia Jax could win this because they brought her back and they're not going to bring her back for no reason, you know? I could see her winning here, or maybe this just sets up a match between them two later on. But yeah, I think this match is just... It's either Rhea or Nia. Maybe Shayna if Triple H wants to just go all in on Shayna again and treat her like he did in NXT. I think there's potential there, but I don't see that happening at least tonight. So yeah, I think Rhea's retaining, and probably gonna be. I'm excited for this match because I think there's a lot of potential there, but at the same time, it's probably one of the matches I'm least excited for tonight. But from there, we go to the other women's champion on the line, where we have Io Sky taking on Bianca Belair. Now, this is basically Bianca's rematch clause after Io has cashed in on her at SummerSlam. So, yeah, who do you have for this one?
I'm going Io Sky. I think she's just one of the best right now. And she's just great. She's super over. Everyone seems to love her. She's obviously a heel, but in the eyes of all the fans, you swear she wasn't, with the pops that she gets when she comes out.
Yeah.
And just she's great in the ring as well, and I just want to see more of that. I would like to see more of her versus Bianca potentially as well. Potentially Kairi Sane coming back. That would be interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna go Io Sky.
Yeah, I'm going to Io as well. I think we'll see some interference from Charlotte getting in here. I think maybe she tries to help Bianca because obviously I'm assuming Damage Control will be out there with Io, and maybe she tries to help out Bianca, but then somehow she ends up hurting Bianca, and that's how Bianca loses, and then you finally have the Bianca versus Charlotte feud, which it feels like they've been building up to for so long, but we haven't gotten that one-on-one match, and I think WWE needs to have more women's feuds without a belt involved, because that's like a big weak point for them. Is there hasn't been the last singles feud we had without a title was Ronda and Shayna, and that wasn't great. The one before that, Zoe or Trish and Becky, but that was actually pretty good, I'll be honest. But they've been better recently, but in the past few years it hasn't been great. But for this one, I'm going Io, and hopefully a great match, because I think has great potential. But from there, we are going to have Seth Rollins defending against Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Champion. And who do you have for this one?
I think it's about time we get a new champion, and I'm going to go Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, for me, I'm really torn. I have wrote down two theories that I think could happen tonight, but I don't really think it's gonna happen. It's just potential what if. And the first one is if for the way Drew to win, and I think for that is Drew is gonna get help from Judgment Day because we have seen Rhea Ripley trying to say, "Hey, we'll help you," whatever. And I think what will happen is Drew takes the help from JD, and he wins the belt. Damian gets exiled from the group, and he gets basically kicked out because we don't need the Money in the Bank. We have already had the world champion. And a few weeks go by, after Damian and Finn lose the tag team belts as well, and then you kind of have them go. They finally kick Damian out, so it's just Judgment Day, Drew now. Drew finally wins a big match, but he's really injured, and then JD turns on him, has Damian come back out, cash it in, get Damian back in Judgment Day with the belt. Could be a cool moment. I don't really think it's going to happen. It's just a theory I thought of. But honestly, I do think Seth still wins this match. The build has been very good. This is probably the match I'm most excited for on this card. Because it's two of our favorites and two of the best in the company. So you can only expect great things. Which I think Seth wins it. I see him holding it until probably Rumble, to be honest. But yeah, I think Seth is going to retain on this one. But now we have the main event. We have Roman Reigns going against LA Knight for the Undisputed Universal Champion. And who do you have for this one?
I mean, I have to go Roman Reigns. I just don't see LA Knight taking it off of him. If he does, then, I mean, great.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it happening, though.
Yeah, it's Roman Reigns. He's going to win this match. Like we all say, it would be amazing. And I think we all want LA Knight to win. I think it would be a great moment, just a surprise moment. But Roman Reigns is only losing that belt to one person in the company who's in the company right now, and that's Cody Rhodes. I think that's the obvious right now. But if they want to pull the trigger with LA Knight and they think for some reason they want to do it now instead of when they could do it with Sami Zayn, now's the time, I guess. I mean, he's the hottest he's probably ever been. He's still #1 merch seller in the company. I'm sure the chants will be very loud for him in Saudi. So I think this is a time, and if you don't pull the trigger, it's kind of saying, hey, you're probably not going to win the champion, at least anytime soon, if not ever, really, because there's a few ways you can have him win and eventually later down the line, but I don't think that'll be anytime soon. But yeah, I'm going to Roman, but if they want to pull the trigger with LA Knight, I'll be very much happy with that.
Yeah, I think my pretty much overall prediction for that is just LA Knight loses, and that sort of leads to him versus Logan.
Yeah.
Probably leading potentially into WrestleMania, but maybe also Rumble. But yeah, I think that'll be a pretty long feud between them because I think that could get really interesting. They both could cut good promos. Logan, I don't know if he could carry a match yet. We haven't really seen him do that. He's always been in the ring with someone who's really good.
No.
So it'd be interesting to see him with someone like LA Knight. Not that he's bad, obviously, but he's not a Ricochet. Obviously, I don't know if he's a carry a match type of guy. But they both of them can put on a show, and that's the best part of both of them probably. And I'll be super excited to see that.
Yeah, I think that is the end goal. Is that it's if say Logan does win here, he will probably go in LA Knight in the end, or that'll be his last feud with the belt. And there'll probably be just LA Knight's consultation prize for having such a great, mini feud with Roman, and kind of being so over and doing great things for the company. I'm sure they love. But yeah, I think that'll be a great match. But yeah, I think, or I guess I'll ask you the question now. But what do you think, or what is your most, what most match are you most excited for? I should say. Oof.
Probably Seth Rollins and Drew, or if not that, then probably Io versus Bianca.
Yeah, I think that's the same for me as well. Obviously, Logan can be great. That's one thing about Logan, like, even just the singles matches, he's able, like a regular singles match, he's able to have so much, like, cool moments, and he's able to have great, just, matches. It's very, obviously, he's been like people like Seth, like you said, Roman, and Mysterio, and Miz, so, But yeah, very. I think the matches are gonna be great. However, the build is pretty low for me, but the matches do help me be a bit more excited for this. But yeah, that is our predictions for Crown Jewel 2023. Let us know your predictions down in the comments below, and we will see you guys in the next video with the review.